Welcome back, guys. In the past I've reviewed a couple other flight simulators. The last one was the DRL simulator. The one before that, I honestly can't remember the name of it. It's been so long. This time I will be talking about Liftoff. If you do want Liftoff, you can just go to your web browser. I just search for Liftoff Simulator and you come up with this right here. Click on that and then you can purchase the game here. I purchased this a while back for $20, but it seems as if they're running a sale right now for 16 bucks. So that's pretty cool. If you do want it for 16 bucks, I'd hop on it now. I don't know how long this sale is going to last. Now the DRL simulator is free, at least last time I checked. And the one before that, I believe I paid $5 for it, but I can say that the $16 to $20 for Liftoff is well worth the money because out of the ones I've used so far, this is the most realistic. After you have it purchased and downloaded, we'll just go ahead and click on that. And while this is loading up, I'll just go ahead and say, I guess the DRL simulator is somewhat realistic, and it might be realistic if you're flying a real DRL multi-rotor, but I mean those things weigh like, I don't know, 850 grams, something stupid, and we're not flying those, so that's why it just doesn't seem that realistic. Not only that, but in the DRL simulator you can't choose what multi-rotor you want to fly, where in this simulator you actually get multiple options, and you can even customize the multi-rotors using the workbench tab right here. First thing you probably want to do, now you guys know me, I've been using the Turnigy Evolution for the longest time. I do have the Taranis QX7 and X9D, but I didn't really use them because I'm a thumber. Like, my brain just does not want to pinch, but that's why I've been hitting the simulator so hard recently. And for this video I'll be using the Taranis QX7. What I want you guys to know is I did have to make a model for the simulator and make some setting changes for that model to get everything to work. If enough of you guys request for me to make a video on how to set up your transmitter for it to work with this, I'll go ahead and do that. That's no problem. But yeah, you would just go to options, click on controls, and do it there. You can also make other setting changes. Multiplayer, I honestly have not tried multiplayer yet. Many guys have told me that it does work. I'm going to take their word for it and assume that it does work. I just want to get a little bit more practice in before I start flying with other people. Now if you click on simulator, you can do tutorial, which basically teaches you how to use the simulator. Free flight, which is you're not timed, there's no tracks, no gates, no nothing. You can just fly around and freestyle or do whatever you want. Race is what it sounds like. There actually is gates and flags and things like that, and you are timed. Workbench is where you can change out, like your props and stuff like that. Track builder, I would assume that's where you can build your own track. I haven't played around with that. I've just been using the default maps. So if we click on free flight, which is what I've been using, just because I've been practicing pinching. Which, by the way, if you watched my freestyle video I just posted a few days ago, that was with me using the Taranis and pinching. I went from not being able to fly whatsoever pinching, like could not get off the ground without crashing, to being better than I've ever been before within 1 week of just using simulators. So I'm sad to say that I probably won't be using the Turnigy Evolution any longer because I have finally taught my brain how to pinch because it just did not want to cooperate before. Once you're here, you want to pick your map. Strawbell is just in a wide open map with hay bales in it. Pine Valley is good practice if for like close proximity flying. There's plenty of trees and things like that that you can crash into. -2 is a parking garage. Autumn Fields it also has a lot of trees, but it's not as tight as Pine Valley. There's also a couple houses and things like that in it. Hangar is, well, like a hangar. Liftoff Arena, if you have used the DRL simulator, it's exactly the same. It's the same one as in real life. Same thing for Dubai Legends. That's actually a real racetrack. Hanover is my favorite map for just playing around and practicing and freestyling, stuff like that, which I'm going to show you in just a second. Paris Film Festival, that one's alright. It's pretty tough. And then you got these. So let's click on this. Once you pick a map, then you can do no track, which is what you would want if you are just trying to freestyle. Or you can do the track, which does have the race gates and the timer and things like that. And I don't even know about download tracks, but let's just go ahead and click on this. Once you're here, you can use the left and right keys on your keyboard and actually pick from various real life frames. Like, I mean, you could just go online and find these frames and purchase them. So I'm just going to show you all of them real quick. Now, I've been using the Lahaifi because if you did watch my FPV Fest videos, Hype PV actually gave me one of his frames, and it's not just in the simulator, it's actually a frame in real life. If you stick around, in probably 2 days from now, I will have a build video posted, and this is an awesome frame. I think I'm going to like it a lot. But anyways, that's why I've been using it in the simulator, because, well, why not fly a frame I actually own in real life? There is the battery. Alright, once you're here, before you start, you probably want to hit the escape key and then go to flight controller settings. Here you can adjust your rates and expos. I mean, you can change your PIDs if you want to, but I really don't see a reason why, because, I mean, you know, the game makes it fly perfect right out the box. So there's really no point in changing the PIDs. Now, since I've shown you guys my rates and expos with Eternity Evolution when I used the thumb, but since I've been pinching, here are my new rates and expos. Now, I honestly don't know how you save this. I have to do this every single time. If you guys do know how to save this, leave a comment in the comment box. That would be great, because when you click save, you think it saves, but nope, you gotta do it every single time you play the simulator. Also, if you guys know how to change your FPV camera angle, that would be great. I mean, I really haven't, you know, I keep saying I'm going to figure out how to do it, but I'm just so anxious to fly and never get around to it. Another thing I like about the simulator is, if you look at the screen, like if you fly behind anything, you actually get video breakup like you would in real life. So that's pretty neat. And I think if you own FPV goggles with a HDMI input, and you actually wear your goggles and play the simulator while wearing your goggles, that would be pretty damn realistic. Ooh. Yep, well, that's the next thing we can talk about. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, the props that turned red, those are damaged props. So you can damage props by touching the ground, you can damage props by flying through a tree, or bushes, anything like that. And eventually, if you just hit the ground too hard, then it just breaks and it resets yourself. Now, sometimes you will flip over and just get stuck, like this. In that case, you can't flip yourself around, so just, well, if it doesn't reset you itself, press R on your keyboard and that will reset yourself. Now keep in mind, this is just one map, and like I said before, this is my favorite map because it's the biggest, it has more obstacles, and you know, just things to practice on. But there are plenty more maps, and each map is unique. For example, let's just say we want to dive something. Or if you want to, you can fly through this thing. Or you can even fly through here. Oh, or you can get stuck in there. That's what can happen. That's what would happen in real life. So yeah, this simulator is realistic. I'm totally crashing this. What do you say we dive this building? Alright, so that's going to do it, guys. I've been flying for about 35 minutes now. Completely forgot I was making a video. So, yeah, try it out. You won't be disappointed. I like it a lot.